Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something huge, really kinetic, and honestly, pretty complicated to keep secure. Public transport stations.
Yeah.
I mean, our sources point out the sheer scale here. We're talking roughly 34 million rides taken every day just on U.S. mass transit.
Wow.
When you think about that volume, you realize you're not just securing a building anymore. You're basically securing a small city that's constantly moving.
It's an enormous logistical puzzle.
Mm.
And security here isn't just some add-on. It's really fundamental. It's about passenger safety, keeping things running.
Keeping the trains on time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the real tension is in the design itself. Think about it, unlike an airport, right, which funnels everyone through checkpoints.
Right, controlled flow.
A transit hub has to be open. It needs to be accessible, welcoming even. But that openness, well, that's what makes dealing with disorder and, frankly, crime so difficult.
And what's really concerning, looking at the research we've pulled together, is that even with ridership kind of struggling after the pandemic, a lot of major transit systems actually saw increases in serious crime. That just completely undermines the whole point of public transit, doesn't it? Which is supposed to be safe, reliable.
Absolutely.
Mm.
So that old way of doing things, a few fixed cameras, maybe some security staff who are just stretched thin, it's basically broken when you face this level of complexity.
Okay.
So our mission today in this deep dive is to really unpack the shift, moving away from just passively recording things after they happen.
The reactive model.
To something intelligent, something proactive,
Yeah.
a real defense system. We're looking at how agencies are using specialized AI agents, that's the brains, combined with this new modular deployable hardware that's the body,
Right.
to try and secure, every corner of these massive stations 24/7. The big takeaway. It's about detecting things instantly, deterring them fast, and then being able to investigate really quickly.
Okay, so let's start there. Let's talk about the traditional setup and, well, why it just doesn't cut it anymore. If you picture a busy station, Penn Station, Grand Central, whatever, thousands of people milling around, platforms, stairs, ticket halls, corridors, it's constant motion.
It's dynamic, maybe even a bit chaotic.
Totally. And a few fixed cameras and a couple of guards, they're just swamped immediately.
The biggest issue is just scale versus static coverage.
Yeah.
Traditional CCTV, closed-circuit television, it just gives you these fixed views, right?
Yeah, looking at one spot.
Which means you automatically get blind spots. Predictable ones. Think about like those dimly lit emergency stairwells.
Always feel creepy.
Yeah, or the shadowed corners way down the concourse, or, and this is a big one, the parking garages right next door. These spots can be totally unmonitored for ages. Perfect place for someone up to no good.
And even if you had cameras everywhere, you still hit that human limitation, right?
Exactly. The human wall, as you called it. Old systems are just reactive by nature. You've got operators trying to watch, what, dozens, maybe hundreds of screens at once?
My eyes hurt just thinking about it.
Right. And we know from studies, our sources confirm this, prolonged monitoring. It just leads to fatigue. People make mistakes.
You miss things.
You miss crucial cues.
Yeah.
And by the time you spot something on the playback, the damage is done. The crime's already happened. You're just finding out after the fact.
And the consequences aren't trivial. It could be minor stuff like graffiti, sure, but it goes all the way up to really serious safety issues.
Absolutely. Take trespassing on the tracks. Nationally, it's over 500 deaths a year. People just being where they shouldn't be.
Wow.
In those situations, a delay of even like 10 seconds in spotting someone could be the difference between life and death. The old system just isn't fast enough.
And then there's the property crime, the economic stuff hitting those connected areas, parking lots you mentioned. They're huge targets.
Massive hotspots. There was this one really shocking example in the source material, a park and ride in Colorado. 88 catalytic converter thefts in 1 year.
88? That's what, nearly 2 a week?
Yeah. It just shows how quickly thieves figure out where the weak spots are. These easily accessible, under-monitored areas get hit hard. They know they probably have time because patrols are predictable, or the cameras aren't being watched live, or maybe they're just low-res.
And we can't forget just the basic operational safety, like density, overcrowding. That seems like a growing problem, especially at peak times.
Definitely. Packed platforms. They just increase the risk of accidents, people tripping, slipping, falling onto the tracks maybe, getting caught indoors.
Yeah, dangerous.
And if security isn't actively managing that density, that crowd level, it can turn into a serious safety hazard really fast. The reactive model. It offers nothing to prevent that in real time.
Okay, so the old way is struggling. Let's unpack the solution then. If the old cameras are just passive eyes, these AI agents are, what, digital security guards?
You could think of them like that. Digital enhancers, maybe? Specialized algorithms that basically supercharge the human guard's abilities or even surpass them in some ways. They create this tireless, proactive security layer.
And what's interesting is how specialized they are. You said they work like a team.
Yeah, exactly. So first up, you've got the AI inspector with something called Sentry Mode. Think of this one as the always-on roving eye, scanning everything. And crucially, it uses PTZ cameras.
Hold on, PTZ, we hear that acronym a lot. Can you just quickly break that down for anyone listening who isn't deep in the video tech world?
Oh, sure, good point. PTZ just stands for pan tilt zoom.
Okay.
So the camera isn't stuck looking in one direction. It can physically move pan side to side, tilt up and down, and zoom way in optically so it stays clear.
Got it.
And that's key because the AI inspector uses that movement. It can patrol perimeters on its own, zoom in automatically if it sees something unusual, basically filling in all those blind spots the fixed cameras miss.
And the real power isn't just that it moves, it's the intelligence, right? The AI knows what it's looking at.
Precisely. It can recognize and classify activities, so it can tell the difference between, say, a maintenance worker in a high-vis jacket on the track during approved hours and some random person who's just jumped the fence. It filters out the normal stuff, so only real potential threats trigger an alert.
That classification ability sounds like the foundation.
It is. And once the inspector spots something concerning, let's say someone starts spraying graffiti on a wall that triggers the next team member, the AI virtual guard.
Right. This is the one that actually intervenes, the voice.
Exactly. This is the live deterrence part. It uses integrated speakers, maybe flashing lights too.
And it happens instantly. If the inspector sees graffiti, the virtual guard speaks up right away.
It does. And that speed is its power. It blurts out a loud, often customized voice-down warning. Something like, attention, this area is under live surveillance. You have been detected. Leave immediately. Maybe with a strobe light flash.
That sounds incredibly effective for just stopping someone in their tracks.
Mm.
But, quick question in these often tense transit environments, does having an automated voice suddenly yell at someone risk making things worse? Or is it generally seen as positive deterrence?
That's a really thoughtful question. And the sources are clear. The goal is deterrence, not escalation, not confrontation.
Okay.
The warnings are designed for that. And for the vast majority of opportunistic crimes, vandalism, loitering, maybe attempted theft, that immediate voice, maybe the light too, is enough.
It breaks their concentration, maybe?
It tells them they've been seen right now. Even if a human officer isn't right there yet, it usually stops the crime before it really gets going, which is, a massive win for the agency. It prevents the damage.
Okay. And then the third piece is the AI investigator, powered by something called Magic Search. This sounds like it's more for after the fact or understanding patterns.
Exactly right. This is the forensic powerhouse. It doesn't just record passively. It actively reviews and indexes all the footage. It tags everything based on hundreds of details, colors, types of clothing, direction someone's moving, objects they're carrying, time, specific location.
So what makes the Magic Search part magic? Is it just a faster search bar?
It's way beyond that. The huge leap is understanding natural language. So instead of staff having to sit there manually scrubbing through hours, days of video, you can literally type a normal sentence like, show me anyone wearing a red jacket who picked up a black laptop bag near Platform 3 around 8 p.m. last Tuesday.
Wow.
And the AI can sift through potentially terabytes of footage in minutes, find that exact clip, and give you a direct link. It's just an enormous time saver for investigations, frees up staff for more important things.
So the whole sequence is, inspector spots trouble, virtual guard confronts it in real time, and if needed, investigator helps piece together what happens super quickly.
That's the loop. Detect, deter, investigate. All digitally enhanced.
Okay, but these smart AI brains need a body, right? And transit stations are tough places for hardware. They're huge, sometimes remote areas like distant parking lots, running cables everywhere. Sounds like a nightmare.
Impractical and incredibly expensive, yeah. So the hardware has to be different. It needs to be modular, often solar-powered, and connected via 4G or 5G cellular so you can put that AI brain anywhere.
Right, makes sense. So what are some examples?
Well, the simplest, but maybe most revolutionary, are the 4G solar cameras. Just compact, all-in-one units, no wires needed for power or data. Slap them up wherever.
Solar and cellular. Ideal for those remote bus bays or overflow lots you mentioned. But the quality must be decent for the AI to work.
Oh, absolutely. Image quality is critical. These usually feature high resolution, like 4-megapixel imaging.
Okay, so 4MP, that's 4 million pixels. Lots of detail for the AI.
Tons of detail, exactly what the AI needs for accurate classification. And crucially, many have color hunter tech for full color night vision. So instead of grainy black and white,
You can actually see the color of someone's jacket at night.
makes a huge difference for identification later. And because they're wireless and solar, you can just pick them up and move them if security needs change, like for a special event.
Yeah.
Super flexible.
That agility sounds key. Okay, what's next?
Next level up, you've got things like the Guard Box Air. Think of this as the ultimate grab-and-go solution. It's an all-in-one surveillance box, cameras, lights, speakers, cellular modem, designed for super quick setup. No special tools needed.
So if, like, a construction project suddenly creates a new weak spot...
Exactly. Or maybe there's an unexpected event, drawing crowds. You wheel out a Guard Box Air, set it up in minutes, and you've got that full AI deterrence suite right there, temporarily, like a pop-up security tower.
Okay. And for the really busy permanent locations.
For those, you'd look at something like the Guard Box Pro. This is more heavy-duty, built for continuous monitoring in really high-volume, complex places like those big multimodal hubs where bus, train, subway all come together.
What makes it a pro?
Usually a more sophisticated camera setup. Often combines a really wide-angle panoramic camera, maybe 8 megapixels, giving a full 180-degree overview.
So you see the whole scene.
Right. And then also a powerful PTZ camera, the kind that can zoom way in, maybe 25x optical zoom to get fine detail on something specific happening within that scene. Lets guards keep broad awareness but drill down instantly.
And you mentioned ROI before, return on investment. The sources had some striking numbers on these pro units.
They did. The ROI comes from that increased efficiency cutting operating costs. One case study we looked at, deploying these, led to a reported 70% drop in overall security incidents. 70%.
Wow.
And, maybe even more compelling for the budget folks, a 66% reduction in the need for expensive off-duty police patrols. That's not just safer, it frees up a ton of money.
Huge savings. Okay, and the biggest option for really large areas.
That would be the Alpha trailer. Think of it as a mobile command center crossed with a watchtower. It's a big trailer with a telescoping mast that can raise cameras maybe 20 feet, even higher.
Bird's eye view.
Maximum visibility. Powered by big solar panels and battery banks, perfect for covering huge areas like sprawling bus loops, park and rides, or maybe temporary event centers.
And again, mobile, so agencies could potentially share these between different locations.
Exactly. Move it where the need is highest. Maybe a summer concert series 1 month, a busy downtown transfer point during the holidays the next. Security finally becomes as adaptable as the situations it needs to handle.
Okay, let's connect the dots then. We have the AI brains, the deployable hardware bodies. How does this whole system actually tackle those real-world problems we started with? Let's go back to that nightmare parking lot theft scenario.
Right. The catalytic converters. The difference is immediate intervention versus finding out tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Instead of just maybe catching it on tape later, the AI inspector spots the suspicious movement, someone ducking down low between cars, maybe messing around underneath. It flags it instantly.
And then the virtual guard jumps in.
Immediately. That loud voice warning, security is watching, leave now. Accompanied by lights, maybe. Most opportunistic thieves.
Yeah.
They're gone. Their cover's blown instantly. It massively reduces the need for constant, expensive human patrols driving around those lots.
Makes sense. Okay, what about the crowd safety issue? Packed platforms during rush hour.
Yeah, this is where the AI analytics really shine. The system isn't just looking for crime, it's measuring crowd density, using algorithms to monitor how many people are in an area, how fast they're moving.
So it can tell if a platform is getting dangerously full.
Precisely. It can be set with thresholds, say, if density hits 80% capacity. When it hits that level, it triggers automatic alerts in real time.
And what can happen then?
It could trigger automated announcements over the PA system, please stand back from the platform edge. Or it could even signal operations to maybe slow down incoming trains slightly to allow the platform to clear a bit.
So it's proactive safety management, preventing crushes before they happen.
Exactly. Preventing those slips, falls, people getting pushed.
And what about sudden incidents? A fight breaks out, someone collapses. A medical emergency.
Again, speed and context. The AI recognizes that sudden, frantic, or abnormal motion. It doesn't just passively record it, it instantly flags it, pulls up the specific camera feed that high-res PTZ maybe zooms in, and alerts security personnel immediately.
So they get visual context right away.
Instantly. They know before they arrive whether they're walking into a fight, a medical situation, or maybe just someone who tripped. They arrive faster, and they arrive knowing what they're dealing with. more informed response.
The cost savings, like we talked about, seem huge. Less need for overtime, fewer patrols. But it sounds like the benefits go beyond just the budget.
Oh, absolutely. The biggest cumulative effect is probably boosting passenger confidence.
Right, feeling safe.
If people perceive the system as safe, because incidents are rare, and when they do happen, they're handled quickly and effectively, they're just more likely to choose transit.
Which means more riders, more revenue. It reinforces the whole value of the system to the city.
Exactly. And from a tech perspective, there's another big plus. The system is basically future-proof.
How so?
Because the intelligence is software. The AI models can be updated constantly. So if a new type of threat emerges, or new patterns of behavior, or even new graffiti tags become popular,
You can teach the AI to look for it.
you can update the algorithms without having to rip out and replace all the expensive cameras and hardware. That flexibility is massive in a security landscape that's always changing.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive then, it feels like AI-powered monitoring really does fundamentally change the game for public transport security.
It does.
It shifts the whole thing from just being a reactive system that records bad things happening
Yeah, just gathering evidence after the fact.
to being a proactive, intelligent defense. It actively spots trouble, warns people off, helps responders act faster, and it does all this while trying to be pretty unobtrusive for the average commuter just trying to catch their train.
And critically, there's that feedback loop. By dealing with incidents quickly and using that AI investigator, the Magic Search, to analyze patterns later.
Ah, right, the analysis part.
Agencies can constantly learn and improve. They can figure out exactly where and when problems happen, refine their security protocols, maybe adjust where patrols are needed most, allocate resources much more effectively based on real data.
That data aspect leads perfectly into our final provocative thought for you, the listener. We've seen how the AI Investigator's Magic Search provides this incredible searchable data about security incidents, the where and the when, and that's obviously used to make security better. But think beyond just security. What other operational decisions could this constant stream of searchable, contextual data revolutionize for transit agencies? Could it optimize, say, track maintenance schedules based on observed foot traffic, or tell engineers precisely where lighting upgrades would have the biggest impact on perceived safety? Could it even inform the actual architectural design of future stations?
That's a fascinating question.
It's a level of granular operational insight that, the old systems just couldn't dream of providing. What else could be unlocked with this data? Something to think about.